Chapter 6 Probability Distributions. What is a probability distribution? It's a listing of all the outcomes of an experiment and the probability associated with each outcome. How to understand this? Let's check an example. For example, we're gonna do an experiment by tossing a coin. Toss a coin 3 times. Observe the number of heads. So the possible results are 0 heads, 1 head, 2 heads, and 3 heads. What is the probability distribution for the number of heads? So for this experiment, toss a coin 3 times. There are 8 possible results. One possible result is you toss a coin 3 times. The first time you get tails head up, face up. Second, tails face up again. Third, tail face up again. So you got a 0 number of heads. For the experiment of tossing a coin 3 times, another possible result is, for example, the first toss, tail face up. Second toss, head face up. Third, head face up. So in this case, there are 2 numbers of heads face up. So there are 8 possible results to showing for the different tossing of the coin, and you get the different number of the heads face up. So let's list all the possible outcomes of the counting the heads face up. For the number of the head face up, for the 0 head face up, there are 1 possible result. So the probability of 0 head face up is, because only 1 0 face up, is 1 over 8. 8 possible result. So the probability of 1 head face up of this experiment is 1/8. Okay. How about the probability of 2 heads face up? With the 3 tossing, 2 heads face up. Out of all the possible result, there are 1, 2, and 3. 3 possible results showing 2 heads face up. So the probability of 2 heads face up is 3 over 8. 3/8. Because for the 8 possible results, there are 3 favorable results with 2 heads up. Okay, let's list all the outcomes and their corresponding probability out. Check this table. See, number of heads up. Here, pay attention to this X. So we use X to show the number of the heads. Okay, 0 head, 1 head, 2 heads, and 3 heads face up for the experiment of 3 tosses of a coin. And the probability for each outcome, 0 head up, probability X is 1 over 8. I just explained how this comes from. For the number of heads, 1 head face up, the probability of it is 3 over 8, because for the 8 possible result, there are 3 cases with 3 tosses of coin and 1 head face up. So we calculate the probability of all of this, get the result. Showing in this graph. So this graph is a probability distribution. Distribute the probabilities for 0 head face up, the probability of that is 1/8. For the one head face up, the probability of it is 3/8. For the two heads face up, it's also 3/8. And for the three heads face up, out of the three toss of the coin, the result is 1/8. We call this is probability distribution. And pay attention here, if we end up all the probabilities of all the outcomes, we get the 1. Okay, we end it up, we get the result at 1. So now we can get a conclusion about the characteristics of the probability distribution. First, the probability of a particular outcome is between 0 and 1, inclusive. Second, the outcomes are mutually exclusive even. What does that mean? Means for the different outcomes, they can only happen at once. They cannot happen, both happen at the same time. Two heads up, for the three toss of the coin, the two heads up and the three heads up cannot happen at the same time. We call that mutually exclusive events. 3. The list is exhaustive. What does that mean? Means that list includes all the possible results, all the possible outcomes. We call that exhaustive. That's why the sum of the probability of all the events is equal to 1. Okay, random variables. Random variable is a quantity resulting from an experiment that by chance can assume different values. What does that mean? Use our same example. In the experiment of tossing the coin for 3 times, we remember in last slide I mentioned, pay attention here, we use x represent the number of the heads. So that x is random variable. So in that case, in that example, the random variable is the number of the heads facing up. So possible outcomes for 3 coin tosses, all the possible outcomes, the event of 1 head face up occurs and the random variable x equal to 1. Means we count when the number of the head is 1 facing up. That kind of the probability.